Hey Codrad, how are you doing, my friend? What I'm doing right now is I'm gonna add little clicking noises to these keyboard and mouse buttons. Very important stuff. We use this as a template. Move it down to here. And I'm just gonna call it click. Stream player. Now we're gonna go grab the sound we're gonna use. Does this have sound in it? It does. So audio. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cough. There we go, that's the one right there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get all of these. Just pop them in here. And we're gonna go back to the script, the menu, and come down. I don't think I need an animation. So so these are the three. And they're all under process. I can put it here. So I'm going to do play random. And then I just drop this in there. Actually, let's make this a little cleaner. This is the only one that's playing directly. I'll just call it clickstream. And we can just go play, random. Oops. Clickstream. Something like that. I don't know if that's it exactly. I have to go look at another one, I think. Oh, it's like this. Beautiful. Then we can put this for every single one. So now, when you change your, so we can test this now. Hey, you're not clicking. Let me put a print in there just to make sure it's working. Oh, I see. It's not going because it's on process. Okay, so I just needed to do it on the first time. Maybe there's something I can do in the interface, in the... It's looking like I'm gonna have to create an animation. That's fine. Put it right here. Put that right here. We'll call it click. And I'm gonna add one. It's gonna be new. Kind of interesting because these are like everything else is on pressed, right? But these are on process. I could change them to on pressed, and that would work. Then I wouldn't have to do the animation player. And it'd be a lot cleaner. I'd have to write more logic, though. Then I wouldn't have to use the process, too. That would be nice. Do I want to do that? Yeah, let's just do it. I can put it down here. I just have to move the logic. It's simpler than using the animation player. And it's pretty self-contained, so I like that. So we're gonna do on pressed. Here's the 3. They should really go here, logically. So let's do that first. And then you can remove these. I'm going to pull this logic down now, and I'm going to translate it and so that it works. Basically, we just drop this in here. This is like one of those times where I'm like writing a lot of code at once, and it's kind of terrifying. And I just have to tell myself, it'll be all right, Joe. Don't stress. It'll be all right. You're doing great. You're doing fine. Get rid of that, because I'm confident in my code. Everything's connected. Let's just try it out. Bro, sick. Okay, so I have to do one more bit of logic in here. And that's going to be if if game data dot touchscreen, and I don't have to put true because it's assumed. Click, and I gotta put this at the top so that I cannot double click, because that don't make no sense. Same thing here. If play random, shit. Game data dot keyboard mouse. Okay, let's try one more time just to make sure everything works correctly. Don't work. Okay, so I gotta check for true, I guess. I'm not setting the value, so I have to put equal true. Oh, and no, it's not true, it's false. I'm checking to see if it's false. Duh. I'm dumb sometimes. Okay, that's why it didn't work. Bro, that's satisfying. Sound is good as well, adds to it, yeah. I've always wanted a click sound. This is actually a stock sound I'm using from Kinney's assets, but it works. It should really be more digital, but I'm okay with it. I want to make it some kind of like sound when you push this down, like. That'd be neat, right? Okay, so I gotta do the same thing on another menu, so I'm gonna go ahead and just copy all this and leave it on my clipboard. So I have two menus that are very similar, and as I go on, it's like, should I have instantiated one into the other? But they're also different enough where it's like, I'm sure that's a problem you have too when you're in your project. Like, should you like try to engineer it so that they're both pulling from the same thing? So I have an options in the game when you're actually playing, and then an options in the main menu. And it's like, they're basically somewhat duplicates of each other. And it's like, it's kind of like, there's like various reasons why you wouldn't, you know, go in and just engineer it so it pulls for the same thing twice. Gotta paste this here. And I gotta create this click stream. Oh, interesting. There's no sound in here. Why is that? I guess because I have the animation player for the options menu and the title screen menu. Because this is like a... Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so... Let me go back to the pause menu. And I'll grab this sound player right here. Click stream. I'm just going to pop it right into here. I don't know if it's instantiating or what. It doesn't really matter, so I'm just going to roll with it. For this one, I'm going to put it at the top. Because sounds are at the top in my convention. And then we're going to pull this into the on ready. Put it next to the animation player, that's fine. And we're just going to call it clickstream, just like the other one. And that should make this code work. Let me just double check. I almost want to just go ahead and test it. Okay, it didn't work because those are connected to a different thing. So what I'm going to do is make signals for these. So I go into node, pressed, and I'm just going to put them next to it so I can just erase. Oh, it's just reconnecting them. That's wild. So if you already put the code in, it just finds it. That's cool. So now it should just work. So now if we play it from the main scene, see how it feels. Not from this one, I need it from the title screen. It works. I like it. Okay. So that's actually something I wanted to do for a bit. Those sounds are really cool because they're short, so that means that they're going to be very size conscious. They'll be small, which is good. Okay, so what do I have next? Set up control settings. Okay, so another thing I didn't like, and I want to change and fix real quick, is that when I'm in this menu, you can still move the control sticks. At first I didn't like that they were there at all, but now I'm kind of okay with them being there. But I don't want them to be at all interactable while you're in this menu. See, that's kind of like a little bit distracting, right? So I'm gonna have to set up like a state or something. Let's pull up the options menu, and then probably, what do you need me to do today? Bro, at least 9,000 sit-ups. Like, if you can't do that much, like, you might as well just give up and eat potato chips all day. At least it's 1,000. 500. 1,000, that's kind of pathetic. One Punch Man workout, yeah. This guy says he does the One Punch Man workout. Sorry, sir. Just joking, man. Chad the Alpha Male actually, bro, can you share your game again? He actually made a pretty awesome Survivors game, which is why I think he found me. I literally intentionally put Vampire Survivors in the title of my game because what's happening is people who are searching for Vampire Survivors like find me and then they're like, oh, I'm gonna try a game. It's my marketing pro skill. Yeah, he does 100, which is a reasonable amount. I remember when I watched that anime the first time, he's like talking about it, like, and then they're like playing this like inspirational music. And after he's done, he's like, yeah, hey, Coderad, if you're in here, shoot him a wish list. Get that Steam SEO going for him. This is a Unity game as well. Yeah, it looks great. Space Hero. Bro, it's so funny. I make a Survivors game like called Space Pirate, and this guy already made a game called Space Hero. It's like, what? What's with all these space guys? It's like I thought I was having this like breakthrough idea to make a Survivors game in space. But apparently I wasn't the first guy to think of it, you know? It wasn't original. Ugh. Get your upgrade tree. It's very clean. But it's also very like dense in the way it shows information. Like it's clean. I remember one time I showed someone my resume and it was like kind of like well designed, like kind of artistic. And they're like, you shouldn't do this because you're making it so you use this design and you show less information. And I was like, bro, let's do a word count compared to your resume. And I ended up having like 150 more words on mine than theirs. And I'm like, no, my layout actually like increases the amount because it's more readable with the hierarchy of size and font types and stuff. Like it's good design makes stuff more quickly and easily understandable. And the reason why I'm saying that is because your game has traits of that. Okay, so I got the clicks on. There was something with this particular screen on mobile that was being weird on this options menu. Where'd it go? Here. Let me look at the animation player. See if there's anything I can do to kind of clean it up a little. Yeah, I totally can. Okay, so I have this, right? And sometimes when you go on the actual frame and you don't put the animation like slightly before it, it doesn't get there, depending on how the frames work out. So for this one, I can do 4.1, the length, add just a little bit at the end. And this will guarantee that these all get played. Sometimes if they're at the same time, I've noticed with Godot, it doesn't always work, especially when you're on like fast computers, which is ironic because it tends to glitch more on a faster computer. I had that problem with RPG Maker sometimes too. My events and stuff wouldn't align correctly. Okay, so now the control pause thing. Let's hide all the game data, hide the title screen, options menu. We can save it. Wait, actually, I need the options menu open. We can hide the ability card and the pause menu and this vignette. And I'm going to bring up the main scene, and yeah, that's good actually. That's all I need. And so, is there a setting in these that makes it so they just don't work? I could add one. That's a possibility. I could make them invisible, which I'd rather not do that. Mode. So I have them set to always process, but I can just switch them to pausable. And that'll actually fix the issue very easily. Like crazily easily. So just find process, switch it to pausable. So now, when I'm in the main scene here, and I pause it, they don't move anymore. However, if I do have it up here and I pause it, it'll be up, but that's fine. I kind of want a sound for these. That's interesting. It stays stuck where it was. So if you like pause it and then you undo it, it's like still there. I guess that's fine. I might have to make it too, when you go mobile, it offsets the view a little. I might even make it so you can obscure like make it so the control pads are like more clear. Oh, okay, so here's another issue. It doesn't hide for gamepad and touchscreen set. So that's actually a big deal. I didn't catch that because I actually fixed that, but I then turned around. Yeah, dude, I've always intended this to be a mobile game. This is a mobile game. This is not a desktop game. I'll add a desktop version eventually, but... Will I make those D-pads be transparent? See, that's something I'm considering. They're a bit fat. They obscure a lot of your view of the screen. So... I prefer not to do a straight-up transparent, like a translucent look. I prefer to do more like a screen door, like a window screen type of look, you know, like a net. Because I'm trying to push that retro button, you know, and that's how they do it back in the day. Actually, let's experiment with that real quick. Since I already have it open. One thing I could do here is I could just come to the brush settings. And we could do pattern. I could just create my own brush like this. Actually, let's do it like this. I'm creating a brush pattern, right? So it'll make this into a pattern, and then I can paint it onto there. It doesn't do anything. Okay. Is there like a selection or something? It's not painting. It's not working. That works. Hey, what happened there? Yeah, if I did it, say I do something like this. It's not working though for some reason. I'm super confused right now. Oh, it's on brush pattern, that's why. Yeah, I don't want that transparent look if I can help it. I want it to feel more like a SNES game. I can't create it. It's weird. This is being weird though. The halftone thing's not working. Could try to do this. This will be more invisible. Oh shoot! Back to main. This actually looks good. I like that. Why is it loading this scene? This is the scene I'm on. Oh, I like the thin one. I think that looks good. That makes it much more visible. Should I make it so that these go to the edge? I feel like that'd be maybe more satisfying. This is all I'm gonna be doing for like the pixelated effect. Yeah, I'm trying to make it so it's like just pushing past what you could do with an SNES, like little things that are just like a little bit updated, so you know it's like a modern game, but I still want it to feel very much like push those buttons, so to speak. So on the main node, these guys, I can actually increase the clamp zone a bit bigger by increasing this number. Let's go 16, and it'll make it go all the way to the edge. And next, maybe 18. Try 18. Let's try 19. I like weird numbers. weird numbers kind of guy. That's pretty fun. Do you think I should make it go all the way to the edge? I kind of like that it doesn't touch it. I was playing this on my phone a bunch today. It's pretty fun. I do actually think the thinner ones are cooler because they match the... They kind of match with the health bars I made. And these ones, it's okay that they're fat because they're under your finger, so you don't see there anyway. And you can play like all the way down here in the corner if you want to put your thumb in the corner here. Lurk work. Yeah, the two, you see how in the scene, like the two are actually like they're both facing inward, these little things? It's just because I flipped the image. Just to save space, you know. See how it's in here? It's supposed to look like it's like supposed to connect to this. And then it goes behind here, which is also kind of cool. Like the control on this side goes behind the number. I need to add a menu button somewhere to like put up the pause menu. Here I'm actually gonna tend to have the upgrades, so I think it might end up being here. But I'm a little bit hesitant to do that. I might just make it a swipe motion. I don't know. I could put it here too in the middle. But this already looks so good with the way it is now, you know. It's interesting because this game is not like a top-down. It's like it's not like a top-down RPG like yours. You know, it's that top-down view from retro games where you can still see the full profile of the characters. This one is just straight up from the top. So it's a little different. Yeah, I think rather than make it transparent, just making it thin helps you see what's going on a little bit better. Okay. So again, what was the issue I was trying to fix? I'm like tired. I love pushing these. Oh, I have to make them disappear. Duh. Okay, so that's pretty simple. They both have their own script. So I have to not only make them invisible, but I have to like make them like not receive input. So it's a little bit more complicated. I already had like some logic in here or something. Maybe I put it in here. Let me see. So I already have them here, virtual joystick. So it looks like I started doing it maybe? I had a different menu before and I had this feature. But I'm trying to think about... I had them already in here, which is weird. I must have just deleted the code because it was unnecessary. I forgot what I do. So what we're gonna do is we'll just put it in the process, I guess. That's fine. The process is something that already exists. And what I'll do is I'll say if menu is active, you know what, I shouldn't do it here. I should do it in the options menu. For sure. Yeah, I should do it here in the pause menu, because then I can just do it right with this logic I just made. So here we'll do but then I don't have a way to grab them. So what am I trying to do? I'm trying to make it so they're invisible. No, I'm not going to do it here because I don't want to have to create a signal. I can do it in them. In the actual script. Let's do it in the main script because it's their child of this, so and I already have them in here. I must have been thinking that that's what I was going to do. So I'll just do it in a process scene. Okay, so func process delta. And we're going to pull this now this first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it invisible. Virtual joystick dot visible. Okay, so we can, and then so if virtual joystick equals, or if touchscreen game data dot touchscreen let's just write equal true. Gotta do this for both of them. And then, okay, so here, we're going to do the same thing, and it's going to change it all to false. Elif. Just like that. And change these all to false. So this will make it disappear. Maybe not. Let me make sure I got the right names for these. These are old, so it's possible. In fact, let's just put them in again from the start. There we go. Try it again. Oh, those are different, but that might not be it. What is going on here? Let me just put some prints in here just to make sure. Let me check these if there's a visible property. There is. So why can't I control it? What's going on here? Okay, so this code is running. Why? This should be working. Should be working. It's interesting though that this is the main. It should be in a hierarchy, but they have unique names, so you don't need a hierarchy. So I know for a fact that it's pulling the touchscreen. Oh, it's too many equal signs, like a ding dong. Okay, that's all it was. I promise I know how to code. Okay, so part of me wants there to be like a little animation when they're fading out, like when you come back. And I actually can run this animation during the menu. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So it'll be like when you click it, it pops up. Because I can run the animation player while the process of it showing is paused. Although I'm not sure. I don't know, that sounds like it could be complex because it might not let itself be animated. I'll try. I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. I could actually animate it with code. Then it could just be like a fade. No, visible is a boolean though, so that'd be weird. I'm just gonna make an animation. So basically this will be for this. And I'm not sure if this will work, but I'll set this to always. And maybe we'll do modulate. I don't think you can modulate a control node. Well, you can, so we'll do self-modulate, and we'll start. Okay, let's come back here. Oh, it's not giving me an option. You might not be able to. Oh, I have to create a new animation. We'll say on so this is gonna be on touch screen option. Okay, so modulate. Where are you at? Do self-modulate here. We'll create this one. Put one here. And one here. I like putting them just in one. So for here, I'm gonna move it to 0.01. And for here, we're gonna move it to 0.99. And this will be modulo none. So go. Ooh, looks like the modulo is not affecting the. Well, that sucks. Do the self-modulate or the regular modulate, because it's not this, it's modulating its children. That actually makes sense. That's why that's there. So just, I think that's fine for this. Then we got to do the other one. that works fine. And so let's go back into the script here. And we'll actually do it here on the script. Thank you very much. Pull this in here. And we'll say so I gotta do it after before this one is to play it here. So we do play animation player play. And then it's called on touch screen I think it's a string, I forget. Yeah. On touch screen option. We do the same thing here. We have to do on this one we have to do it before. And we say play backwards. This has to have an await on it as well, because I have to make sure that it gets played backwards before before these other guys run. And this is actually looking pretty good. Let's just try it. Is it words or backward? Let's play backwards. Oh. Then I say dot. Gosh, I forget how to do this. Just like a finished or something. There, that's how we do it. So I wait until it's done, and then we do this. Okay, let's try it now. The method returns, oh. Do I have to actually fill it out? I told it the name of the animation player. Let's see. Trying to blank here. Let me look it up. Await animation. Oh, dot animation finished. That's the one. I knew it was something like that. That's, oh, but it's looping. Don't want that. So make sure there's no loop. So now I have to make an additional thing. That checks if it's already been played. So at the end of it, I'll set, we'll create another variable. We'll call this animation player faded. And we'll say, for this one, we'll say true. Let's say faded in. I like being specific. So here we're going to do another logic check where we say if animation player faded in equals true. You know what, actually we can make this a lot cleaner by just making it an and statement. I think I got my logic backwards. But it'll work. The touchscreen equals false. I don't like this and. It's hard for me to understand. Godot also supports this and as well, the JavaScript style, which, I don't know. I just see it better, you know? This should actually be inversed. I can just change it to faded out. Just so it's like making sense what it says, that's important for me. Okay, so if it's set to true, that's clean. Now there is the issue of it on ready. We're gonna set what it is. So and we can check game data. So we'll say if game data equals true, an animation player faded out equals false. else? I think my logic was backwards. I should just set the visibility. That's probably smarter. That was weird. Kind of skip like that. Why did it do that little skip? Why does it do that little skip when I first turn it on? I don't even know if this will work. I'm just trying it. Yeah, it works. Beautiful. I think that's good. I don't think we need some kind of flashy transition. I just don't like it when it just disappears, though. I feel like it looks kind of ghetto. I was thinking about doing something more flashy. But the whole point is really so that you don't notice that it's like coming and going. It doesn't take you out of the game. And I think I've very much accomplished that with this. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. Pure code. Well, actually, no. It's not pure code. I could do it. Well, it's just complicated because it's like I'm using visibility. I could like modulate it with code for at that point it's like fuck it, just use the engine's abilities. Code is always a little bit cleaner though. It's also just easier to update later. Oh, so I have to do, actually, let me just check to see if it affects you when you're in the upgrade screen. I forgot to look. I gotta switch to the other view. Let me use the control pad if I'm gonna do that. This control pad you can play just as well with touchscreen controls on. Doesn't matter. Can I use the touchscreen? No, it's pausing it. Okay, cool. And the last screen I have to check is, and I think it's fine to leave it on the screen. I don't think it's too much. You know, though, we could do a rect. I did a rect on all the other ones. Like, you see how the back kind of fades out? Just a tad. I really feel like it makes everything a little bit more clear what's going on. Gives you a hierarchy. I think we're gonna do that. So for the card, we're gonna add a rect on there. It's not that one. This is it. Okay, so this does have a color rect actually. I don't think it's working. Did I do tweens here? How did I animate this? So it's off here. How did I animate it though? Is there tweens in here? I don't see any. I don't see an animation player. Did I do it in the card screen? Oh, yes, I did. Huh. So if I was going to use this for the in animation. Oh. Oh, it covers the whole scene. Okay, so I could just put the rect in here. Why didn't I do that? That makes more sense logically anyway. Wait, does it cover the whole scene? No, not by a long shot. Oops. Okay, so what triggers this in? So the in is on automatically. What triggers the discard? Apparently they're gonna ban TikTok in Montana. Anybody hear about that? It's pretty wild. Putter of an imputer. I didn't see you in here. LMP, sorry. Didn't have my chat up. You know, I don't have stream avatars. Oh no, I do. I'm going out here and stuff. Why are you not working stream avatars? Do your job. Why is it opening this Windows trash? I don't want to buy stuff. Get this weather off of here. Waste of my brain. Why isn't Stream Avatars playing sounds? That's so weird. Try to reopen it. Yeah, LMP, it is looking like a real game. It's the real deal, bro. I'm gonna do like networking, connectivity, and everything. I'm going crazy. You're gonna be able to upgrade your spaceship eventually. It's gonna be saved cross-platform, so you can play on your phone and on your computer or on the web browser if you want. Just log in.
About that, but I have to have it posted to the call as soon as possible. Another sick. Anyway, give me a bit.
Already left, triggered by some Maui code. What? Tell me what I did wrong. Teach me the ways. Bro, my code has gotten so much better since we started like watching each other's content. Like, I'm so much better. Long way to go. Don't get me wrong. This sound is so out of place, but it's so satisfying. The variable name you're using to show the mobile, is it because it's not like in the JavaScript style? You don't like my variable names? What's wrong with it, man? It seems like a signal. Is that what it is? Where is that? I don't even remember where it was. Animation player faded out. You don't like that one? Okay, wait. Let me do. I was trying to figure this out. This is just. This isn't like bad practice. It's just the aptitude of my brain. Okay, so animation player faded in. So if game, basically when you load, you want it to not be able to fade, so it has to be off. So you wouldn't just have a Boolean on faded out. Well, the way, here, let me show you the way the player works, and then you might kind of get it a little bit more. Why that logic makes a little bit more sense than you probably didn't. Maybe still not enough sense, but maybe a little bit more than you might think. Then a bool to disable it shouldn't do anything. No, the bool is to tell you not to play it when you first turn on the game. So the reason that bool exists is so it knows whether or not to play the fade in animation on the start of the game. So like I could remove it entirely, and from the options menu itself, it would work totally fine. But it has to know, since I have it on process, it has to have a Boolean so that it only goes once. And there are kind of other ways to do that. Like I thought about maybe making it so that the button does it, but the options at this point are so far away. I'd have to create like a signal and emit it, and I'd rather just put it in process. The bool basically tells you just do it once, and after it does it, then it stops it. So that's the idea behind it. This is good. I have to like defend my code. But if you look at the animation player, right, it's just this fade in, and you can see it better with the. So the way I do it, right, is you play it and then you play it backwards. So it has a play and then a play backwards, right? So if I come back here, you see there's a play and then a play backwards. So I can use the same animation. And then I have an await for the animation to finish. But I'm just checking to see if it played at all, because I only want it to play once. So that's why I have this animation faded out thing. Realistically, I should probably put this like here. That would be better. And then this one is fine here. It should go right after the thing. This one I have the await on it though, because I want to make sure that the animation is finished before you do this, because this will make it abruptly disappear, which is why the whole reason I created the fade in the first place. This one, it's already gone, right? When you play it, it's already there, so you want it there before you play it. This one you want to remove it after you play it. So you would still change it? What would you do differently after everything I've said? Is it just the variable name? Option via signal? Would have implemented an option via signal. Yeah. And then I could just check the option. I do have the game data, which functions similarly to a signal, but that just checks what the option is when you first start up the scene, right? So it's when you're starting up the scene, it checks here to see what you're at, and then I have it set so that this is basically the inverse of down here, and the idea with this is to make it so it doesn't load. Cleaner that way. You need the bool is in the process. Got it. Implemented it in the option via signal. Yeah, like do an emit. I don't know. I don't like creating unnecessary signals though. Like for me, I'd rather do. It would be a necessary signal, but I'd rather do like 3 lines of code and stay in the same document than do a signal that jumps over to another document. Maybe it's like my limited cognitive functionality, but it kind of hurts my brain to think about all these scripts like interacting with each other, and I try to keep them self-contained as possible. Yeah. I think I got influenced by the tutorial I did, and the guy was very much like, he wouldn't even do this. It was like every single script should just do one thing, which I thought was a very interesting philosophy. He's like, every script, every scene should just do one thing. I feel like functional programming, I feel like this is easier to come back to and understand what's going on. Like, for me at least, even though this is like more code, I have a FP evangelist. What is FP? Because this I can see what I'm doing. Like I can glance at this for a second and I know exactly what's happening. It's like, oh yeah, I had to make an additional variable to like the way I group these together, right? These are all connected. And it's like I had to make an additional variable to tell if I did the animation, and then I could set it. Straight functional programming is really limited and not flexible. Yeah. It's like a C# approach. Yeah, that is true. And the idea is like, well, at least one of the ideas is you can't get too far if something's wrong because you built it in a way where if it's not. So you don't spend a lot of time backtracking or working with something that's hard to troubleshoot, right? I always wonder about this stuff because I was working with a team, like my senior programmer might like want to have a fit if I did some shit like this. It probably would, yeah. Because you could, with signals, you could do this in like half the code. I could do like just a check game data here, and then I could just do a signal on, I don't know. For the game data though, I don't really use signals. Like stuff like game data, that's eventually gonna get synced to like because I'm taking this game fully. I'm gonna use Firebase and Firestore, and it's gonna fully be saved 100% on there. And yeah, I'm going to dump on some guy when I haven't watched any of their content, LMAO. But then you are building bad habits. Yeah. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me about this. Definitely influencing me. I wonder... I'll refactor it later, dude. Reiterations are the spice of life. Another thing too is I don't really... The joystick comes from a add-on pack. It's like a plugin, so I don't know. It's like it gets kind of complimented when you're like pulling stuff from it, you know. It's interesting because I've been messing around with like coding games and like Code Wars and stuff, and like the people who win in those things, like their code is so bad, it's like bloated and it wouldn't really scale well, and it's just like, but they'll get like the 100% score. Those sites are so BS. Because they go for the fastest build, yeah. Get more done. And judges suck. Well, the judges is just like an algo, right? For those sites, at least. It's just an algorithm that like checks a bunch of boxes. Okay, so I'm content with the way this works now. I think it's good. You turn it on, and it fades in when you turn back on. I think that looks great. GPT version 4 maybe. No one has access to that. Yeah, I really like that. Okay. Where should I put the pause button, man? I need an on-screen pause touch button. Should I put it here? Maybe here. I'm gonna put like, this is where all your info about your current upgrades is gonna be. I want to have some sound effect for these eventually. I probably just have to get like a 1/10 of a second sound and loop it, like make it something like I gotta figure it out. Similar to this sound. Okay, let me see some of my checklists. I did make it so you can remove the joysticks. Let me try one more thing, actually. If I set the options on for touchscreen here, and I play the game, they should be on from the start. Oh, cool. Yeah, they kind of fade in. I think that's fine, right? But that's actually not what's supposed to happen with the code I made. Blip, blop, bleep. Bro, it's sweet. Don't even hate. This should actually be the opposite. I'm being redundant there. I'm just testing now. Oh, I have to put this in the... No. Shouldn't have to. So if I go options here and I set it to touchscreen and start. I mean, it is fading in, but I guess that's fine. It shouldn't be, though, based on my logic, which is most certainly wrong. So if touchscreen is true, an animation player faded out is true. Wait, what? It won't run until the scene is loaded in. So this one I can put it after. It doesn't really matter. It's in ready and process. Yeah, ready goes first, right? But I just want to make it so it's the opposite, so I can set this to false and set the other one to true. I don't know if this will work. Okay, so that one works. I like that better, where it's just there already, and then I can turn it on and off. That's actually how I meant it to be. You can't deny it works well. That part is certain. Like, it looks good. Yeah, I like it better where it doesn't fade in here. It doesn't make sense. It should just fade in the rest of the way the rest of the screen does. Okay, so transition for moving joysticks. I was gonna do something like a little bit more fancy, but I don't really want people to note the whole point of doing the fade is I don't want you to see the joysticks go away. Like, I want it to be very unnoticeable. That's why I'm doing it that way. Where I was thinking about doing like this crazy glitch transition with pixels and shit, but I thought about it. I'm like, you know, I don't really want to be like, it's not supposed to be exciting when a UI element like disappears. Like, save the excitement for something relevant. I mean, you can see I have pretty fun transitions, but it's like, there's already like a bunch of other stuff going. Helps all the hips games called Borderlands do it. Well, Borderlands is over the top. That's like part of it. But my game is cool too, but it's just, I just think the fade is the way to go. I think it's not the point, you know? Like, when you go and you set your options and you remove a UI element, it's like, you don't want the element to like go out with a bang. You just want it to go away. Like, you don't care. You're not excited about it. It's a tool. It's like a wrench. Like, you don't have a party when you're putting your tools away. Like, when you put your hammer on your belt, you don't be like, F yeah, this is awesome. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's just not something that's exciting. You want to like accent things that are exciting and like hide things that are not. Yeah, exactly. You're a pirate in space. It's already wild enough. Anyway, that was that's what the conclusion I came to in my mind. Sounds good. Eventually, I'd like to add an option to have smaller joysticks, but I just don't want to do the logic for that right now. Like, I don't care. Because I used the plugin for the controller, so I'd have to do like a ton. It'd be like way more than this. Because you have to like change so many elements if you change the size of the joystick. It's not just like, because there's like 4 parts of it, and then there's like all these different, it's just, God no. Figured out GitHub. So apparently for Godot, the like the Android like files that you need for the SDK, they're like over a gig. I installed the Android SDK on my project, and then I tried to upload it to GitHub, and GitHub was like, nope, no, we're gonna shut you down right now. And then I was like, what? Like, and I looked and I'm like, oh, we have this like 1.1 gig GitHub file, and I was like, okay, well, let me go. I haven't had to use the like the GitHub ignore feature in a while since they upgraded their space, but I was like, okay, we're gonna use that ignore feature because these Android SDK files are like getting out of control. On web, my game is like 20 megs right now, and for the Android SDK, it's like 190 megs. And just to put it in context, Familia is like 600 megs for the Steam version, and it's like 300 megs for my Android SDK. So the Android SDK for Familia is actually like half the size. So I don't know why. There's gotta be a bunch of shit in there that I have to like take out. It's not thick though. It's just the I didn't use you can go in and like edit, cause like apps have like built, the way Google does it, which is different from Apple, right? Is they just have a whole bunch of shit in there that keeps local on the app. The way Apple does it is they just have everything in the iOS operating system. But because Android has like a more varied developers, they put it on the app, so it's like, and that way on their crappy phones, their crappy Android phones, they can like not have to have as much storage space used on their device. Plus, Apple, like, it's the SDK files are much smaller because they don't serve anywhere near as many devices. So. I did this. You can take stuff out of the SDK, but that's, I don't think Godot will do most of that work for you. I kind of jumped ship and did like the fast way to do it, but if you do it through Android Studio, apparently it's supposed to be better. I mentioned that to my friend, and he's like, yeah, you can get it like way smaller. I just use the direct, well, basically it's just every single possible setting and plugin that you'd need is in the one that Godot exports. And you can actually control it, right? Like you can optimize it within the export settings. Like there's all this stuff you can do. It's like almost daunting. But it's, I just haven't learned that yet. Also, not to mention AAB files are smaller. And AAB is actually the format that Android requires now for the Play Store. APK is just like they're compressed format that has, it's more like a development format, right? Like you just use it for giving it to testers and stuff, but you can't distribute through the Android Play Store anymore with APK. APK was the previous format. AAB, Android App Bundle, as an APK is Android package. APK was like the old format, but AAB has a lot more like tokens and security crap on it, so it's like required now. Like Familia, I export as an AAB, and there's like key tokens and stuff. There's like this really intense one where if you lose it, it's like you can't ever upgrade to, you can't update your game again ever. So that thing I saved on like 20 different places, you know. I thought about maybe tattooing it on my arm because it's like you don't want to lose it, man. Once you lose it, that's it. You can't access your Android store anymore for that item. Like you can't upload a new version anymore. It's like intense. It's like what? Like, can't I like send you my license or something? Can we do something like that? But no, you're done. Maybe there's some exceptions I don't know about, but I looked it up. I'm like, can you get it back? I know this from experience, because for me, I learned things through experience. The first build of Familia that I made, I lost that key. I reinstalled Windows and I just forgot where I put it or whatever. So I actually have two builds in the Android console, and one of them is basically just like useless. And another thing is they don't let you delete builds. Like if you accidentally create a build that's like useless and doesn't do anything, you just have to keep it in there for the rest of your life and after, because it'll be there after I'm dead probably. So it's like, it's just, that's it. You're done. I'm gonna have that one. Here, I'll show you. See, there's these two apps. Smile Joe and Familia. I called it Smile Joe because every time I see it, I'm mad that I can't delete it. Right? So I put a smiley face on it just to remind myself not to take it too seriously. Look at me, I've got 4 or 5 reviews. 4.6. We'll get that score. I had one person who gave me a 3, mother trucker. He said the sound didn't work. I'm like, bro, you have to turn it on. But apparently that's too hard. Okay, I did all this. I feel like I need a button, but I don't know where I want to put it. Anybody have any ideas? What's going on? Not responding. I have to restart it. You had an idea earlier? for where the pause button is for touchscreen. With this game, I'm gonna actually put it on Steam as a like wish list, and I'm just gonna keep working on it forever and not actually like once I get like, if I ever do, if I get like 10,000 wish lists, then I'll sell it on Steam, and I'll just make it like you get like whatever in-game currency I have, $5 worth. Stick the buttons under the health bar and the tap collision above the bar. Make people work to find it. Wait, so you have to like spread it out and touch it? I don't understand. To do this. This is the gesture you have to do to pause it. You just keep doing this. Pause game. Under the health bar and tap the collision above. I could do a swipe gesture from the bottom, but there's control sticks right down there. You're gonna pull up that menu all the time by accident. A pull down from the top could work. Like a swipe gesture from the top. Give him an achievement. It's a game in and of itself. It's like, bro, I beat the game. I got the best time. But did you find the pause button? I think I'm going to make it too so the pause button is only on touchscreen. But then it's like, you can't really do that, right? Because if you only put the pause button on touchscreen, it's like, what if you have to pause it to turn the touchscreen settings on? Space Pirate Sequel Edition? Like, that don't work. My freaking editor's frozen, dude. Why did RPG Maker open? Bro, RPG Maker is trying to get on. Oh, I see why. It's because I have this window open. It's like, use me again. You don't pay attention to me anymore. So I saw what was happening. I had my export window open. That's why the thing wasn't responding. I think I'm just gonna put it right here, man. Top center. It's either top center or here in the middle. That's weird though to have it there. This makes more sense. I could put it here too. Next to the score. The thing about top left is I'm going to use that later. But it's going to be icons, and I'm kind of waiting for Bizmaster Studios to do the icons. So I think I will put it in the top left for now. And then, yeah. Like, I think that's how we're going to do it for now. So all I have to do is create a button. I'll put it right here in the main UI. Add child node. The button is already built, so it'll look it'll look good. I'll make it say pause. Should I do pause or menu? Let's do menu. And then I'll just put it right there. And then I have to actually make it do something. I do that in the codes. So let's do an on pressed. I'm not going to use the process for this. Actually, I'm just going to use the process. Why not? So I'll just put that here, an onReady function. Call this menu button. Then I'll just do in the process, I'll just do, I want a space here. I want this to go together. If, what did it call it? Menu button? Is pressed. Then I do, how do I call the options? I don't even remember. Can I just do this? No, I knew that was too good to be true. Just do this. Actually, we can do this. We can put this in the unhandled input. That makes more sense anyway. And we can just do an OR. We'll do OR here. So I'll do it the old school way. Pro coder. That's much better. So let's test it out, amigo. That way it's running the same code, so I don't like... Oh yeah, it works super good, right? What the frick? What is happening? Oh, I see what I did wrong. This one is not. Hold on, let me look at the. Shoot. You know, oh. We can do it like this. Event is pressed menu. Something menu. What was it? I don't even know if this will work. I'm just trying it. And this one shouldn't be a string, right? No, that was right. I just needed this. It don't like it. This is OR, right? You can also do or too, like this. I don't know the syntax for this. Doesn't take any arguments. I guess I gotta look it up. Conditional. Go for conditional or if statement to check UI button. They could do it with just doing a separate function. I just like the idea of it being in the same function. Here, this is how I'm going to do it. It's menu button, then look for pressed, equals true. Done. I'm gonna do it this way.
Traces of your wall hunt me down inside. I should run and go, I should run and hide, but I'm stuck on you. You make me feel like a virgin.
I don't know.
You make me feel like a kid. You make me feel like each other. 5 galaxies swirling and stuff content. Wanna tell you how I feel tonight. I keep trying, but the words ain't right. Nothing's fitting for a kind like you. Never speechless when the earth smells you. Killing the time, building a fire, wrapped in each other as we fall in love. I've never met a girl like you. Never met a girl like you. Traces of your lips linger on my waist.
Why is it always registering as pressed?
I don't wanna go, I don't wanna wait. I'm needing you. We shouldn't speak of this magic. We should just say what they know. I've heard a rumor of humans who sniff out the good things to suck out the soul. I wanna tell you how I feel tonight. I keep trying, but the words ain't right. Nothing's fitting for a kind like you. I'm never speechless when the earth smells you. Killing the time, building a fire, wrapped in each other as we fall in love. I've never met a girl like you. Never met a girl like you.
I don't know how to do it. I'm bad at this. Gotta look it up. I'm just gonna do a separate function. Give up. So func. Button press. Menu button. Code was wrong. Man, how do I not know how to do this? Here, this is what we're gonna do. This is the super amateur way. We're gonna use a freaking node call. Pull this up here. Trying to do something a different way so I can show that I'm not so bad. But then you figure out that I am bad. It becomes so obvious. That works excellent. Okay, so menu buttons there. That's fine for now. I'll leave it in the top left for now. I'll move it later when it becomes a necessity. I might move the score somewhere else and put the menu button there. So if I'm going to call it menu, I'm going to change the pause menu to say menu. So I'm not a liar. A pause button is kind of weird. Yeah, that works fine. Back to the main. That works. More continuity. But then I'm like quit to menu. That doesn't make sense. I'll just make them both say pause. Beautiful. Mobile friendly game, yo. This is gonna be my mini transaction nightmare. Gonna take all your money. I'm gonna update my docs. Then I'm gonna go to sleep, I think. I actually got a lot of little things fixed tonight. Worked out good. Might upload the game again so that there's a new version. A lot of people have been playing it. I got 100, a couple days ago I got 100 plays on my browser. Why did I open Facebook? What am I doing? I'm gonna do my Google Docs. I have all day off tomorrow, so I'm gonna try and get a lot of this stuff ironed out. Basically, I just have to build UI. I might add one more ability, but just UI and systems is really all I'm gonna be doing for like the next 3 days or so. And of course, that is integrated with the Firestore and Firebase stuff, but That's what we're doing. It's gonna be pretty cool. Okay, I got login authentication a while ago. I don't have leaderboards set up, but I kind of got that set up. I can do a local leaderboard, options scene, community scene, title scene's all good for now. Community scene's not really good. Set up components for upgrade UI display. No, on-screen controls, those are all good. Menu controls. Okay. So I want to we're going to insert a break here. And I want to start thinking about the hierarchy of the menu system. So we have, what is it? Play? Start game, okay. So we have start game. Which is I. What's going on with my mouse? It's like being weird. Then we have inventory, options for community, options, and exit. So inventory will have community will be like leaderboards, credits, yeah, I don't know. We'll call it credits/donate. Well, I'll do also info. So community will include any kind of tutorial content that I'll create. Um, so community inventory will be like upgrades. I don't really know what else I put in there. Could call it inventory. We'll call them I don't want to call them upgrades. We'll call them mods, modifications. Or ship mods, maybe? Because I'm not making it so there's a power increase. I'm just making it so you have different weapons for your own playstyle, not like you get strong. What is it called? I don't know. This is where the store will be in the inventory menu. That's basically it. Tutorials. That's enough already. Right? Yeah, I can't really think of what else I'd put in there. Maybe I'll just call this modifications, not inventory. Ship mods. I think that's it. Oh, and then, well, let's just talk about other UI elements. There will be a login connection status button. Clicking takes you to login screen. So I'll build all these out with yeah. But yeah, this is basically what all the menu structure will be. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't look too bad. I feel like I could get all this in tomorrow. Okay, I think I'm gonna go sleep.
Smoother trading starts here. Start trading commission free with the Fidelity app.
Game mode or real world? Seatbelts save lives.
For 80, 120 more? Wait, wouldn't that be 600? Aren't you supposed to do 1,000? What the hell?
Progress. I'm not happy with the game.
Okay, I'm just gonna get off. I don't really want to raid anybody. I'll see you guys later. I'm tired. Good night. Been a blast. Later, LMP. 600 per day instead of 1,000 every 2 days. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Good night. Bye.